Hello, my friend. This is Clyde. Security guaranteed. I'm reading Psalm 91, which says, "Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in whom I trust. Surely He will save you from the fowler's snare and from the deadly pestilence. He will cover you with His feathers, and under His wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness will be your shield and rampart. You will not fear the terror of night, nor the arrow that flies by day, nor the pestilence that stalks in the darkness, nor the plague that destroys at midday. 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. You will only observe with your eyes and see the punishment of the wicked. If you say, 'The Lord is my refuge,' and you make the Most High your dwelling, no harm will overtake you, no disaster will come near your tent, for He will command His angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. They will lift you up in their hands so that you will not strike your foot against a stone. You will tread on the lion and the cobra. You will trample the great lion and the serpent. Because He loves me, says the Lord, I will rescue Him. I will protect him, for he acknowledges my name. He will call on me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life I will satisfy him and show him my salvation." Psalm 91 is one of the most popular writings from the Judeo-Christian Bible. Many people fall back on this psalm in times of difficulties, distress, and disasters. Some people turn to this psalm when life seems hopeless and there is no relief from their hardships in sight. It is widely acknowledged that this psalm did not come from King David, but from Moses, the great leader who God chose to deliver the Hebrews from 400 years of slavery in Egypt and to direct them to a country that was promised to their patriarchal ancestors, namely Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I respectfully invite you to come with me as we seek to find an even greater understanding of God. What can God do for me in the 21st century? Let us remind God of some of the things that we are facing in today's world. 3 months ago, the neighboring country of Russia attacked Ukraine, displacing millions of citizens and plunging the country into unimaginable disaster. Since 2020, the planet has been terrorized by a ubiquitous plague that has led to a pandemic which has claimed millions of lives and rewrite the clauses of health practices. There is a dramatic increase in the cost of living in many countries, which has widened the gap between the rich and the poor. In the last few days, there has been a growing unrest in the United States regarding the possible overturning of a landmark law that has reopened the cruel realities of our political divide. God has preserved the writings of a man who lived thousands of years ago and wants me to find relevance and application in the world I live in today. We come to this ancient writing with fear that it might just be classical literature. Or I suggest to you we come to this psalm with hope that makes a world of difference for each of us. This psalm is about relationship. Relationship between an individual and God. God is presented in several metaphorical pictures, each of which speaks to protection. Who is this God that the writer is talking about? He calls God the Most High and the Almighty, concepts that show God to be large, powerful, beyond human dimensions. This God is available to have a relationship with me, a relationship that offers me security and comfort. I'm hearing that I can enter into a relationship of trust with God, and in that relationship I can choose to live my life so close to God that His very shadow will be solid protection for me. That is a strong opening because I'm looking for shelter from the ugliness that life is raining down on me. Diseases, bigotry, evil, violence, poverty are some of the things that I face, and on my own I have to try and avoid those things. I see people around me fall victims to some of these things, and I'm being introduced to a God who will provide me a safe arbor from my harsh realities. Well, how can I find this God? This is what God promises, and bear in mind that God is a promise keeper 100%. God does not lie, and he is not like us humans who will change our minds if we cannot keep our promise. If God says it, it is so. This is what he says. If you say the Lord is my refuge and you make the Most High your dwelling, no harm will overtake you, no disaster will come near your tent, for he will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. They will lift you up in their hands so that you will not strike your foot against a stone. You will tread on the lion and the cobra. You will trample the great lion and the serpent. We live in an era where marketing drives consumer choices. God is marketing himself and saying to you, if you trust me, if you put your confidence in me, if you allow me to manage your life, you will be safe because my angels will protect you from danger. There was one time I sent out an angel on assignment to deliver my people from a threat, and that one angel in one night killed 185,000 of their enemies. Pretty impressive. Can we agree to continue our conversation tomorrow? Does all of this make sense to you? Share your thoughts with me through an email sent to friendofclyde@gmail.com.